So Joseph Parker defeats Derek Chisora via 12 round unanimous decision. In their rematch, he picks up the win once again. The final scores were 115, 111 twice, and 114, 112, all in favour of Joseph Parker. I thought the scores were a little bit too wide. I thought Parker won a lot more rounds, plus he had the 3 knockdowns in the fight. But this fight was a lot more thrilling, in my opinion, than the first fight. Even though the first fight had its moments, I felt like Joseph Parker was a lot sharper in this fight. He was heavier, and I think his punches had a lot more spite on him this time around. He was a lot sharper, and he was catching Derek Chisora with a beautiful uppercut on the inside all night long. Derek Chisora, every time he dipped low, he was getting hit with his uppercut over and over again, and that caused most of the knockdowns in the fight. Was that uppercut. It was stunning Derek Chisora. He was hurt on numerous occasions. He was dropped in the 3rd round. He was dropped in the 7th round, and I think he was dropped also in the 9th round. So yeah, Derek Chisora was getting lit up at times by Joseph Parker, but you cannot say that Derek Chisora hasn't got a big set of cojones on him, because he's got a big set of bollocks. The way he just kept getting up and, trying to fight fire with Joseph Parker, trying to make it a war. Like, Derek Chisora's got heart in abundance. If he had the skill set that he does heart, then Derek Chisora would be a multi-time heavyweight champion. But the skill set, in my opinion, has just never really been there for Derek Chisora. He's always been very crude, he's aggressive, but when he gets up close, he tends to smother his work. Big clubbing punches that are not really hitting the target. And he did catch Joseph Parker with a few shots tonight. I give him credit for that. That seemed to, stun Joseph Parker a couple of times, but nothing really too devastating. Joseph Parker was the one who was landing the more significant, more hurtful punches throughout the fight. But Derek Chisora, once again, he thrills the crowd with his never say die attitude. And I don't know how the fight went 12 rounds, because Derek Chisora looked out on his feet at numerous times in this fight. He was wobbling all over the place. It took him a long time to regain his legs. I don't think he ever really regained his legs from about the 7th round on. He was exhausted. At 37 years old, Derek Chisora, he's been in some brutal fights throughout the years. He's been in 2 brutal fights with Dillian White. He got bashed up by Tyson Fury. He's been in some very hard fights over the years. The David Haye fight, 7-8 years ago, that was a tough, grueling fight for him. So, Derek Chisora has been in some hard fights. The Carlos Takam fight, before he got the knockout, he was getting beat up in that fight. So, Derek Chisora has took his fair share of beatings over the years, but he says after the fight that he's not going to retire. Fuck retirement, he'll be back in the summer. But at 37 years old, I think Derek Chisora is starting to show his age, and he is getting hurt a lot more in fights now. This is a guy who used to have better durability than he seems to have nowadays, because Joseph Parker, who's not known as being a massive puncher, don't get me wrong, at heavyweight, most guys can whack, and if they catch you clean with the sharp shots that Joseph Parker was landing on Derek Chisora, then it's going to get your attention. But he's not known as a one-punch knockout artist, but he was lighting Derek Chisora up. So maybe at 37 years old, the durability of Derek Chisora isn't what it used to be, but the heart is always what it used to be with Derek Chisora. He's still got the heart, and he just kept getting up, and he fought to the final bell. I scored the fight 118-107 in favour of Joseph Parker. So I don't know how the judges scored it 115-111 twice, and I definitely don't know why one judge scored it 114-112. That means, take away the knockdowns, they gave Derek Chisora 6 rounds in the fight. And I just don't know how you could do that, giving Derek Chisora 6 rounds in the fight. I just don't see where you're getting them rounds from. I thought that Derek Chisora won a couple of rounds, but, I thought that Joseph Parker was landing the more significant punches throughout the fight. Even though the fight was a bit sloppy and a bit rough at times on the inside, I just felt that Joseph Parker was landing the cleaner work throughout the fight consistently. So, yeah, Derek Chisora picks up his 12th defeat of his career. Joseph Parker, where does he go from here? There's obviously big fights out there for him. He could fight the likes of Filip Hrgovic, the winner of Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz. There is fights out there for Joseph Parker, to get back into the mix to fight for the heavyweight title. So, yeah, Joseph Parker, he's still young. He's 29 years old. Still got plenty to go. So, yeah, comment below in the comment section. What did you think of this fight? Were you entertained as I was? What did you think overall? Comment below in the comment section. I'm out.